Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we are taking a look at a new Alolan Pokemon in the Ultra League Premier Cup, Primarina. Primarina is a Water and Fairy type Pokemon with the moveset of Charm, Moonblast, and Psychic. For the team, I am going to be running Walrein on the lead, and we're going to be running Snarl Granbull on the safe switch to hopefully bait out their best response to a Fairy type, and then using Primarina as the closer. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out if Primarina is worth the investment for the Ultra League Premier Cup. Hopping to the first match, switching Walrein into Dragonite, the absolute dream lead. Opponent safe switches into their own Walrein, and now it is Primarina time. Primarina, thanks to that water subtyping, resisting the ice moves, I decide to call the bait, and it's just the Icicle Spear. Walreins absolutely love to bait, and in this instance, they get punished for it. I do decide to commit the shield on the second move, because after taking that damage, an Earthquake would have put me very low, if not taking me out. They decide to go for an Icicle Spear before they go down. Primarina does tank the resisted damage, and we're able to farm down. I am expecting to see that Dragonite coming back in, and for some reason, I decide to throw the Psychic here. I definitely should have just thrown the Moonblast, because they are very clearly just sacrificing the Dragonite. We're able to farm down, we're close to a move, but Sylveon comes in and denies us the opportunity to get to another charge move. From here, we should be in a pretty decent spot. Unfortunately, having Snarl on Granbull means Granbull is kind of useless here, so I am going to grab the shield, and then we're going to switch and catch a move onto Granbull. Basically, I'm just using Granbull as a third shield, and going to try and do as much damage as possible. Granbull charging up energy with Snarl, and the opponent concedes the match. Hopping to the next match, leading Walrein into Obstagoon, absolutely terrible lead. I save switch into the Snarl Granbull, and the opponent brings out Gengar. Opponent must have just seen the Fairy typing, thought it was a Charmer, but they have fallen into the trap of Snarl Granbull. Granbull charging incredibly quickly with Snarl. We are at yet another crunch, and we're able to grab both shields off the Gengar. This Gengar is absolutely loaded, so I decide not to fight for switch. Instead, I'm just going to let the Granbull go down, basically soak the energy on the Walrein, and then hope that 2-shield Primarina is going to be able to close in the endgame. They go for the Shadow Ball. I'm going to try and go for the move as soon as I get it, but we lag. It forces the overtap, and they're able to reach another move. Absolutely heartbreaking as we lose a lot of HP on that Walrein. I'm going to go for the Icicle Spear. Icicle Spear takes them out. We bring in Primarina, but they have a Venusaur in the back, and this is not great. This is a situation where having that water subtyping is extremely unfortunate, because look how much damage we are taking from those Vine Whips. Vine Whips are absolutely tearing through Primarina. As you saw, Primarina tanks resisted charge moves fairly well, but going up against super effective damage, Primarina gets absolutely shredded. We're able to land the Psychic, but we had to burn both shields to take out the Venusaur, and now a Night Slash is going to be KOing from this range. Night Slash will be taking us out. We bring back in the Walrein. We just don't have enough HP remaining, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, sending Walrein into Trevenant. Pretty nice lead overall. The one thing I do have to watch for is a catch, so I am going to overfarm by 1, but the opponent is an absolute mind reader, and they make a fantastic catch of the Icicle Spear onto their own Walrein. That does waste a bunch of my energy, which is very unfortunate, but now it is Primarina time. I decide to shield here. I do live in Earthquake, but I had a feeling that I could probably get a shield back with the Psychic, so I am going to be going for the Psychic. And if they want to land their Earthquake, they are going to need to commit the shield, which they do. Here, I do survive the Earthquake, and then I think I should be able to kill it in 2 charms, so they shouldn't be able to reach a move. Primarina, unfortunately, they live on 1 HP. They're able to get off an Icicle Spear, so I do end up losing switch advantage because I was unwilling to commit that final shield. We do get some energy on Granbull, which is nice, and in comes Trevenant. I do tank any 1 move, so I am going to let this through. Just a Seed Bomb, and now we are going for that Crunch, and they have to shield here. Crunch will do massive super effective damage if it lands, so we do get the shield, and we are farming up quite a bit, and we're actually able to sneak through. So you know what? I'm willing to shield and then try and undertap the Crunch. We're able to undertap the Crunch, and that means that this is goodbye to the Trevenant. What do they have in the back? They have Shadow Ampharos. We are going to be going for the close combat. Close combat does not one-shot here, but it will do significant damage. And then we bring in the Wall Rain and they throw after 4. This is not enough for a Focus Blast or a Zap Cannon, just a Thunder Punch. We are able to get to the Icicle Spear. Icicle Spear is going to be taking out the Shadow Ampharos, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, switching Wall Rain into another Trevenant. Last time I overfarmed and they were able to catch, so you know what? Now I'm just going to throw as soon as I get it. And of course they catch. Today was definitely not my day for battling, as I get another Icicle Spear caught onto an Ice Water type. At the very least, we have Primarina, and Primarina should have a very nice matchup here, but odds are they are probably running Skull Bash, which they are, so they're able to hit back for massive neutral damage. Thankfully, I will be able to reach the Moonblast, and this will be taking them out if they decide not to shield, and they decide to let the Lapras go. So I have one switch advantage, but now Trevenant gets a massive energy lead. They already had an energy lead because they caught the Icicle Spear, and now this Trevenant is absolutely loaded. They were able to get to 2 Seed Bombs before I'm able to reach an Icicle Spear. So I am going to commit the shield, and then they already caught once. I'm going to watch for the catch. They try for the catch, and they bring in their own Wall Rain in the back. So they are running Trevenant double Ice Water, and I'm going to bring in Granbull. I don't want to debuff myself just yet, so I will go for the Crunch, hoping for the debuff. Unfortunately, we do not get it. Granbull tanks any one move here. They go for the Icicle Spear, that's totally fine. We do survive this, but not super well. So they go for the Icicle Spear, and at this point, I just have to full send it on the close combat, but I had clicked on the Crunch. Fortunately, we do get the shield and we get the debuff, so honestly, that ended up working out. And here, the only way that I can think to win this match is to go for the bait. We're going for the Icicle Spear bait, and we grab the shield. Maybe there is a chance. At this point, they can probably just go straight Icicle Spear, but I shield it and they Earthquake. Okay, maybe we have a chance here. I overfarm as much as I dare, and now I'm going for the Earthquake. Earthquake takes them out. Can we reach a move? We cannot. We fall 1 short, and that is a good game. Very, very tough loss. Hopping to the next match, leading Wall Rain into Sirfetch'd. Terrible lead, we're going to instantly save switch into the Snarl Granbull, and the opponent brings out Shadow Typhlosion. If possible, I would love to try and grab shield advantage here. We are going for the Crunch, expecting the shield, but the opponent calls the Crunch bait, and they do not shield. I'm still healthy enough where I'm fine with shielding this. The reason being is if they decide to farm down, I should be able to get to a 3rd Crunch. So I am going to go for Crunch number 2. This will grab a shield, hoping they farm down, but the opponent does play it correctly. At this point, I'm actually going to Charm down, because we're not going to take a lot of damage from these Incinerates, and that way we get ahead on energy with Primarina, and Primarina always needs help getting to charge moves. The opponent's final Pokemon in the back is Shadow Electivire, and these charms are absolutely tearing through it. I shield to respect the Wild Charge. It's only an Ice Punch. They bring in Sirfetch'd, and Sirfetch'd is getting torn to shreds by these charms. I try and go for the catch, but I was 1 turn off. They're going to be able to take me out with a Leaf Blade, but now it's all up to Wall Rain. Wall Rain going for the farm down. We're able to farm down. Electivire did not have a move banked. We are going to be able to take them out with the Icicle Spear, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Wall Rain into Obstagoon. Terrible lead, we're going to instantly save switch into Snarl Granbull, and we bait out Shadow Nidoqueen. Even with Snarl, this is a terrible matchup, but at the very least, they cannot fully farm down Snarl Granbull without having to commit a shield, so they throw just before I reach Crunch number 2 to take me out. Not able to win switch, which isn't great, but we did bait out their poison type. So the hope is that if I save 2 shields for Primarina, my Charmer will be able to sweep in the end game. I'm fine with tanking whatever. They go for a Poison Fang. I'm a little worried they're going to be able to reach an Earth Power as well, so I decide to actually throw energy instead of farming down, take them out, and now it's all up to Primarina, and the final Pokemon in the back is Trevenant. The question is, can Primarina 2-shield Charm down? Shadow Claw and Seed Bomb is a very spammy combo. This is going to be tough, but as you see, the Shadow Claws are doing so much damage to Primarina. The lack of bulk on Primarina is absolutely terrible in this situation. Back in comes the Obstagoon. We were able to charm them down, but we have lost 3/4 of our health. I go for the Moonblast, hoping for the attack drop, but we do not get it. We survive the Night Slash, but it puts us in a range where we are going to get countered down. I panic swap into the Wall Rain, but they still have a shield. So even though I can reach an Icicle Spear, they are just going to be able to shield up and then farm all the way down. So unfortunately, despite fighting back from a tough lead, looks like we are not going to be able to win this one. They actually decide to throw, possibly had lost track of my energy there. They go for the Night Slash. They're able to counter down Primarina, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Walrein into Shadow Gliscor, incredibly good lead, and then the opponent save switches into Gyarados. Here, I definitely make a mistake. I should have just gone straight into Primarina, as Primarina is one of the hardest Gyarados checks in the game, as Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, and Crunch are all going to be resisted. I did bank a little bit of energy on Walrein, but still, I definitely did not play that the way that I should have, and back in comes the Shadow Gliscor, and Shadow Gliscor has a lot of work ahead of it, because this is not enough for an Earthquake, it's just a resisted Night Slash. We tank that no problem, and now we're going to be going for the Moonblast, going for the kill shot. It lands. What do they have in back? And they have their own Walrus, but they have the Shadow Walrein. I am going to bring in Snarl Granbull with the goal hopefully being to make a catch onto our own Walrein. Please tell me it's the Icicle Spear. It is. That is absolutely massive. Unfortunately, this is the Shadow Walrein, so I am about in Earthquake range where if it was the regular, I could tank that Earthquake no problem. We go for the Earthquake. We're able to grab the shield. Tough call. I let it through. We do survive it, but not by much. I am going to be saving the shields for the Granbull, and now they are going for a very aggressive farm down. I'm going for the Earthquake. They call the Earthquake, recognizing they can survive it. They farm down, and they are absolutely loaded on energy. I am worried about a potential Earthquake, so I do commit the shield. It is the Icicle Spear, and now I am going to double shield. I was going to say it could still be the Earthquake, ends up just being the Icicle Spear. Granbull able to farm down, and that's a good game. Picking up a great lead in the next match, Walrein into Swampert. They save switch into their own Walrein, and you guessed it, it is Primarina time. I am desperately trying to get the extra charm. The game lags a bunch, and unfortunately, we are not able to get it. I will shield up the Earthquake, because if they want to land an Earthquake in this matchup, they are going to need to commit a shield themselves. Going straight for the Moonblast. Moonblast does get shielded, so they are wanting to get some damage off on Primarina. Honestly, I'm going to double shield here. Last time, I didn't shield it, and they were able to reach a last-second Icicle Spear, but this time, I do decide to commit the shield, so we are investing in Primarina, and these charms are putting in some solid damage against Swampert. We survive a Hydro, they have to go for the EQ to get the KO, which they do. I bring in Walrein, but they have Heracross in the back, and this is one situation where I am desperately missing Charm. If we had Charm, this would be an easy victory, but we don't, so I am in trouble. I go for the first Crunch, and now going for the close combat, we grab the shield, and it's a CMP tie. Unfortunately, I've just debuffed myself. So this Rock Blast will get me low. They are going to be able to farm down, and suddenly, things are not looking too good, because I have no shields remaining. They don't have close combat, they just go for the Rock Blast, and they're at Rock Blast number 2. This is going to get me very, very low, and the question is, how much energy does that Swampert have? I go for the Icicle Spear. Icicle Spear gets them very low. Back in comes the Swampert. We go for the Icicle Spear, but we lose CMP. Hopping to the final match, leading Walrein into Trevenant. So far, I have played this match about twice, and both times my Icicle Spear was caught onto an opposing Walrein. So now, I'm going to throw at a weird time. We throw at 7, they actually don't catch, and we're able to grab a shield. Let's go. I decide to go for the Icicle Spear right away, so we can apply quite a bit of pressure here. The goal is to try and catch onto the Snarl Granbull, and they do eventually decide to throw energy. Honestly, I'm fine with tanking whatever they decide to throw here, and then they bring in their own Walrein. You know what? I'm low health anyway, I'm going straight for the close combat, and we're able to grab the shield. Honestly, that's pretty nice, but I think if I commit the shield here, I can actually get to a second. So I'm going to commit the shield. Come on, Granbull. Granbull able to reach the second close combat, and this will do big damage onto that Walrein, getting it to almost 1/4 health. They're going to go for the farm down, which is unfortunate, but I'm just going to bring in my own wall rain. Basically force them to dump energy and then trust in Primarina to close out the match. We bring in Primarina. Primarina able to charm down. Now what do they have in the back? It is Sirfetch'd, and this should be a win. Let's go, Primarina. We do need to shield up the Leaf Blade. They still do have that Trevenant left in the back. Trevenant shouldn't have a move, and that is a good game. And now some final thoughts on Primarina. All in all, I was pretty disappointed in Primarina. It is a charmer, so it can beat fighters and stuff like that, but in neutral situations, it struggles tremendously. So if you're looking for charm damage in the Ultra League, just stick with Sylveon. It's just going to be strictly better. But in the Master League, I think Primarina could have some interesting play. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.